All right, everybody, it looks like we're back. All the players have connected. Knife round is about to get underway with HJC versus Adaptation about to go live here, and this is a big knife round right here for HJC.
This is. I'm actually, I'm glad to see the knife round. I feel like for the most part, we've only seen knife rounds in playoffs and BO3s. Everything before this, if I'm not mistaken, was all about home team and away team, right? So I kind of like this. I mean, the home team and away team is interesting. It keeps it, relatively even for both teams, but these knife fights are fun to watch. I think. I stand by them. The knife strats are huge. And look at this. The knife strat is real with Swag coming in huge on the flank. Getting a kill and some damage in. They never even catch him. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Knife strat was real. Someone was even looking behind him a bunch of times, tried to do the quick 180 to make sure they weren't getting flanked. But ultimately it didn't matter. You'd think they only counted 4 in that direction, so they would have suspected something, but Swag sneaky like that.
Yeah, that worked out well right there for them. They got their side pick, and they're definitely going to switch this over and make this happen onto that CT side. Give themselves that early round advantage here, which they most desperately are going to want to try and pick up the pieces from last night. As I said, it wasn't that they did horrible. It's just they had some rounds there that they lost that they should have easily won. A little bit of rotation weirdness, set up a little weird, but they're going to have the opportunity to fix it tonight and make something happen here. This is HJC versus Adapt in your CEVO regular season. About to go live here, and prediction, we need to get it in. Yours.
Ooh, quickly. 16-9. Huge ass construction. That seems actually kind of generous, but I'll stick by it.
Ooh, generous. I think honestly I'm going to say a 16. I want to say 16-10 HJC.
Okay.
I think they're going to get it, but I think it's going to be tight. I think Adapt is a good enough team.
If I did, I
might have.
It's going to be a habit. We'll break it, though.
We're live and underway here, though. Adapt is your T-sided team trying to work their way. They've already passed the bathrooms. And what we're seeing here from HJC is a very, very passive setup into that A bomb site, but they work it very well. AZK behind the dumpster over there by the flatbed, and already the rotate. Dazed is already there. Skadoodle's there. AZK. Swag also on the rotate. Doesn't matter, though. No Sam is able to get a pick, and Adapt is going to fall off here. They have the bomb in that direction. Possibly kind of try and see if they can get a rotator down in the sewers. Doesn't look like there's a rotate in that direction, so that play's not going to work out for him.
Yeah, it looks like they might be going towards stairs in an attempt to fake it. Hiko's still hanging around the B bomb site, but actually going to rotate back. Getting a pretty good read as the bomb hasn't moved towards B. But they still can bring it all the way back if they want to.
Oh, look at that, though. They have pulled 2 of the players out of the site. They think they're biting on it right here. If they rush now, they're going to be in a good position. They've caught them out. AZK is the only man in the site. He's able to get one, going for some more. Only able to get one before he goes down. Actually, 2. Skadoodle coming out of the back stairs. He's able to grab 2 himself, and that's going to leave Hiko left to take down Bluminator, trying to plant that bomb. And first round goes to CT-sided HJC.
Yeah, Hiko just barely got the Bluminator before he was able to get the bomb down. So, huge ass construction, is going to be able to deny the plant and deny the money out of the Adaptation players' hands. They're going to be buying up with armors and a Tech 9. So even if they do get a bomb plant this round, I'm not sure if they're going to have enough money to afford AKs next the round after that. But you still give themselves a high eco potential with those Tech 9s in hand. And last round we saw HJC running a really passive setup. I'm gonna be interested in seeing whether or not they're gonna adjust that setup once they get rifles in their hands, but it doesn't seem like they will, especially in the A bomb site. They're just not interested in picking fights farther away from the bomb site. Skadoodle kind of scouted out a little early with the pistol in hand, but was uninterested in forcing any kind of engagement.
Yeah, into round 2 here. A little bit of skirmishes going on between, all in favor of HJC, who does have the rifle advantage. We're going to see Drawsol working his way out the squeaky door, spamming over towards that wood, that spammable wood block. Can't really get any damage off through it. And actually, all of that's going to go in favor of HJC, as Bluminator took a bunch of damage when he was peeking out from the sewers down there. Let's see if they can work something. They're going to work it all the way back to B. They're stacked up at short right now. Possibly going to push in. Here comes a flash from outside. Hiko's going to be defending with the auto shotgun. Gets 1, goes for a second, gets it, and a 3rd. Can he get the 4th? And right then, I hit a spot of lag, and that makes me so unbelievably sad.
Yeah, Hiko putting together some nice auto shotgun shots with the 4K, but unfortunately for him, Swag swooping in with the FAMAS on 1 frag to take away the ace. So close, Hiko. But still, putting himself in a great position there with the auto shotgun. And Adaptation, I think, did a good job grouping up and making it to the site as a team, but they did make a bunch of noise in the, what is that, the construction area. Man, I'm still bad at this map. The construction area by the water made a bunch of noise hopping down off the railing. Tried to use that the sign as a ramp to decrease the amount of noise that they were making, but ultimately it didn't really matter. They're going to be running right at that shotgun once again.
Goodness. And there's Hiko coming up from behind. Skadoodle's able to grab himself too. Hiko gets two. Dazed is in the mix with one of those frags. And so far, HJC has been perfect. 3-0. They are on CT side, but here comes the first all-important buy round. Will really set the tone for the rest of this match. Let's see if HJC can keep holding on or if Adapt will bring something together here with AKs in their hands.
Yeah, got to imagine they are also going to be rebuying around the FAMASs and auto shotguns that they bought. And it looks like they will. AZK, the only player to hold on to that early rifle. And interestingly enough, we're going to be seeing Dazed pick up an op alongside Skadoodle. So it'll be interesting to see where he's going to bring that. He's actually bringing that to B, to pick along B, while Skadoodle is going to have his towards the A bathroom area trying to find picks. I bet it's going to be successful because you know he is pretty quick with that op. And the opposing team's opper, who I assume will be Bluminator because we've seen him pull out the op multiple times, not going to have one in his hands this round. So Huge Ass Construction is going to have the range advantage.
Oh, look at the stack, though, over there at the B bomb site. They're going to try and get a pick. Doesn't work out for them. They're going to fall off and end up going backwards. But right now, Skadoodle, only player holding... Oh, no, AZK is over there. Excuse me. But Skadoodle at the back stairs, throws a flashbang. AZK is in the back at that dumpster at the back of the flatbed. Here comes the counter smokes and flashes. But it looks like it's going to be an A attempt incoming. And we're going to follow from Skadoodle and his teammate. Skadoodle's getting pushed right there. He goes down. AZK's in the site defending by himself. He's going to go over try and get the planter. Brings him down, but the bomb does get planted. Sprays through the smoke at Bluminator. He is alive in the site just barely. Here comes Higo on the rotate. That is going to be a successful bomb plant in that A bomb site. Ooh, and this is going all in favor of Adapt right now. Swag and his teammate Daze. Last one's left. No Sam on the flank. Takes down Daze. And Swag is going to be the only player left alive. He gets taken down by Bluminator. That's a 2K for Drossel. And Adapt takes their first round.
Nosam was in a great position there, working his way through the bathroom and actually around Hiko and Swag on the flank. Unfortunately, only caught one of them out, but really good positioning and a really good move there. Could have saved his team big time in the event that they weren't able to frag out, but actually did a really good job of fragging their way through the site. Kind of surprised that Skadoodle was interested in standing in the bank for as long as he did, even after he threw a flashbang, essentially giving up his position. I mean, it is the most logical place to stand as an operator in that bomb site, but it's super easy to get smoked off there, and if you do, your options are to come out to SWAT truck and be open to flashes like he was and get killed, or you could fall back and not be able to defend the site. Got to imagine he's going to be looking to mix up his positioning a little bit, and he actually is going to be doing it this round by pushing all the way up into the upper area and actually getting into a bit of a gun battle with Handled and trading pretty evenly.
Skadoodle's kind of left out here to dry. Does he get taken down? Barely gets away. 5 HP. His teammates kind of were at the bathroom side. He actually was out in the park by himself, a little wide. Had to use the smoke to escape. Barely got out of there with his life. But the frag advantage does go in favor right now of HJC. That was Dazed who was able to take down Drossel. And this will put this into a 5 versus 4 here as Adapt is trying to work their way back towards A, where they've had success before. Or actually, that's the only place they've had success, and they're going to continue to try and do it again here. But at this time, it's gonna be kind of rough here. It looks like they have actually 3 players CT side in that bomb site defending. One at backstairs. AZK is there to defend. Here comes the push. He gets one. No Sam takes down Dazed. AZK gets another. Skadoodle also answers, and that is going to be Invert by himself. Can't beat the op of Skadoodle. 2K for Ska. 2K for AZK. On the other side, Invert does get a frag. So does No Sam. But that's a round win, then a round loss for Adapt. Score will be 4-1.
Yeah, that is going to do a bit of financial damage to Adaptation. So looks like Bluminator, Invert, and Handled are going to have some money in their back pockets, but Drossel and Nosam, who were probably forced to rebuy on the round that they won, are not going to have a lot of money. I think just over a K a piece. So yeah, not a lot of money for them to work with. Skadoodle making good use of that bank spot that he was punished for using before, but luckily that round for him, he actually had Dazed who rotated pretty early and moved himself to the truck area. And I think by having 2 players in that area, it actually took some heat off of Skadoodle, but it looks like Adaptation is going to be running right into the site.
Oh, they were easily able to take him down right there with pistols. AZK was not there fast enough. AZK goes down after he gets himself a frag. That's going to be Dazed who answers. Swag is going to be on the rotate. And successful round so far. They have got the bomb planted. And there goes another player from Adapto. It will be 1 versus 3 now on the defense attempt. Drossel is going to be the last one left in the site. Hiko takes him down. Bomb defuse incoming. That's another round for HJC. Score will be 5-1, but Adapt did eco there. They got 2 rebuys out of it, and they got a bomb plant, so they have to be at least happy with that.
Yeah, I don't know how you could not be satisfied with that. They got about as much money as they could have hoped for, and really were in a kind of a dangerous position there. AZK got shot in the back as Daze was unable to save him. The player pushing through bank on Terra's side could have wreaked some havoc, but was luckily only kept to 1 frag. So guns up across the board. Adaptations got another attempt to use their rifles to their advantage. Interestingly enough, they still seem actually hitting invert before running away. With the off, actually, so I must have hit him through something, because it wasn't a leg shot, so close shot, but no cigar for Dazed. Seems like these Adaptation players are much more interested in the A bomb site with the bomb than they are the B bomb site, but with that pick from Drossel, they might be looking to rotate the bomb down those stairs.
Possibly, especially if they get the spam off right there against Hiko. That's Bluminator trying to make it happen against him, as Hiko is pressed all the way outside that B bomb site to the lower entrance of the sewers already. And he was trying to defend that, but it does look like they're going to rotate the bomb back towards that A bomb site, already towards the bathrooms and in park. AZK right there getting a good read off that. Has to drop down so he doesn't get caught. Knows there's players short, and this might be a solid fake here. Is it going to pull a rotate from the A bomb site? And it will pull a rotate. Oh, does it pull both players? They have just completely opened up that A-bomb site. Bluminator will go down to Hiko, and they have to be rotating back now. Yeah, here comes Skadoodle's on his way back, and his teammate Dazed already on the way back to that A-bomb site, realizing they're just got outmaneuvered there. Smokes down, flashes down. Drossel's about to touch right there against Skadoodle. Skadoodle comes out on top of the exchange before he is traded out quickly by NoSam. AZK goes down also. Dazed down there in the back stairs, gets one before he is traded. Now it's all up to Hiko by himself. Can he clutch it? He gets the bomb planter. No bomb goes down. Now it's a 1 versus 1. NoSam's right around the corner. Throws his gun out. Tries to make the cheeky play. Can't bring it home. NoSam with the clutch and the 3K. Hiko gets 2 of his own. But that's going to make it a 5-2 scoreboard in favor of HJC.
Yeah, good play by NoSam there. Knowing the time was against him and knowing he had to challenge Hiko in that one-on-one. Clearly being aware of the time, Hiko was not interested in forcing that engagement. After he got that first kill on the bomb planter and knew the other player was by truck, he didn't even move from that box. I mean, he tried to do that fake pistol throw for a flash, but was really not interested in peeking at all if he could have helped it. And man, that nade by could have been really effective, but unfortunately not effective enough, and he will get punished for it for revealing his position. So far, the offers A have been switching hands pretty much every round, and it seems like Swag has actually been the most successful one with the op in their hands. Daze actually missed a kind of a crucial shot last round from the bank area, so it's up to Swag to avenge him as Invert takes down a Daze who's looking in the wrong direction.
It's going to be a 4-on-3 now. Round advantage and man advantage does go to HJC. They are 3 rounds up, 1 player up into the round. Invert's down to 19 HP, so he's very low. On the other side, though, the only player with any damage on them from HJC is actually AZK, and he's only down to 78. Drossel evens it out, but he gets traded out right there. That's going to leave the bomb and 1 teammate. Invert and Bluminator running their way. They're going to drop down. They're going to go down. AZK is able to trade out Bluminator after Bloom was able to take down Skadoodle. Now Invert by himself 1v1 with Swag. Swag's got the op in the A bomb site. Invert does have the bomb in his hands, and is he gonna go to A? Swag is just gonna sit it out at the A bomb site and should easily be able to grab this frag, and he does. Good clutch there. 1 versus 1 situation for Swag. Score will be 6-2. AZK gets 2. Swag got 2 of them. On the other side, I believe that was Invert, the only player to get a 2K.
Yeah, and also Adaptation is going to be working themselves in a similar financial situation as they did earlier. They're actually they've only won the 2 rounds that they did win. They've been not consecutive, so they won round 4 and round 7, but just weren't able to pick up the follow-up round. So they're going to have pistols in their hands once again. Another successful eco with a bomb plant here is probably what they need. I'm sure they might. Well, they could force out next round if they want to, depending on how successful this one is, but. to really lock it in, to really make sure they have all the supplies they need to win some big rounds against a team as strong as HJC. They're going to need that bomb plant. They're going to need to take at least a gun or two out of the hands of HJC. And here we go. The A site take is on. It seems like to be like that's where they are most interested in. And, well, yeah, not really quite a fake. They might try to move the bomb back. I think they just realized that they were about to run into a wall of CTs there. No, they might be able to spin this into a pretty successful fake, but it's been hard to shake Hiko all game. He's been pretty slow on the rotate for his team, always lurking in B long enough, whereas those players hanging around A have been kind of quick to rotate. And, oh, Skadoodle, see ya. Got bounced from the game. So this is a huge opening for Adaptation. I mean, they already have the man advantage, so let's see if they can get it done.
He's already back into the server, though. That sucks that just happened. Trades coming across the board. Actually, not trades. Frags in favor of HJC. Only frag traded out was going to be Drossel, taking down AZK. So it will be 3 versus 2. Guns in favor of HJC. And the bomb and his teammate Bluminator. Mason moving their way over. Bluminator's going to get up, survives the first op shot. Daze pulls out his silenced USP, keeps it going. That's going to be Mason now picking up that op. He's going to op in that back direction. Already at the fence. If Mason can get this bomb planted, is he going to get it? No, Hiko is there to shut it down again. 3K for Dazed, as it's going to be 7-2 in favor of HJC. And once again, Skadoodle is gone.
Yeah, but luckily this was in freeze time, so they're going to be able to pause for him and figure out what's going on and make sure they can keep him in the server before they repause the game. We've actually seen this issue before of players dropping, having their games crash or whatever, and then rejoining the server and starting the game before their client was verified, so hopefully they don't fall to a similar fate, but I don't think they will. Going back to the game, Hiko's kind of made a habit out of denying those plants at the last second. Hasn't always been successful. One time was in that one-on-one with 10 seconds that he was unable to lock down, but seems to always be in the right place at the right time at the A bomb site, considering he's the B bomb site player, or one of the B bomb site players for his team. So Hiko's rotates have been pretty on point, but the rest of the players kind of antsy with their rotates. Have, for the most part, ended up at the right place at the right time, but it's usually about them cutting it close. And for the most part, Adaptation has been just a little too hesitant on their site takes. And, obviously we get to see everything. We get to see everything with X-Ray, but there were a few instances where if they had just executed, 10 seconds sooner, they would have found an open bomb site. So for their sake, I hope they get their timing right, because they seem to be doing a pretty good job in the straight-up DM game.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely winning the aim battles right now. One thing I do like, I know you were talking about it, Hiko being a little slow on the rotate. What's good about having a player like Hiko on your team is he's completely comfortable and notorious for being able to play at a bomb site by himself, which normally would be a notorious bomb site for 2 players to be playing in. Like, I guess most notably would be sending him B by himself on Mirage. And he just plays it so very well, trades out 2 players for his 1 death. And I mean, it must be nice to be able to have a player like that, because they can easily rotate 4 into that A bomb site, leave him at B by himself, and he's going to get 1 or 2 at least, make his death worth it to at least slow down the team trying to push into him.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, I don't know, all these players on HJC are kind of jacks of all trade, and as you can kind of see, especially with the AWP getting rotated around, interestingly enough, we actually see Hiko, the player we were just talking
about, using it
with the AWP on his hands himself. Don't think he's going to hold on to it. I think he just picked it up off of Skadoodle, or probably just whoever was holding it last was killed with it. Got to imagine he's going to throw it towards a teammate there. Unless we just see Hiko break out the AWP play. I mean, unlikely, but that would be exciting. I mean, we've seen it pretty much on every player somewhat successfully. Swag, interestingly enough, the most successful with the AWP in his hands, and Dazed probably the least, but a lot of just situational play. It really had nothing to do with who it was in their hands. A lot of it just had to do with the positioning they were in when they had the gun in their hands. So, maybe it is time to give Hiko the AWP. Maybe it is time to let him mess around a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were talking about how the AWP, or you were talking about how the AWP has been changing hands quite a bit. The one thing that I like about it is it can be effective when they do that. They make it work well because it's never in the same place. It'll push in a different direction. It'll sit in a different spot, except for maybe at the A bomb site in the backstairs. There's almost always the AWP ends up rotating back to there. But where it pushes outside of bathrooms, into the park, towards benches, it always kind of rotates in a different direction at the beginning of the round. So it kind of throws you off. You're kind of expecting it at bathrooms, and you just have to do that whole 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, as you're pushing your way up, and you end up getting caught with it, then they can rotate back into the A bomb site and defend from there after they're already 1 man up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still kind of conflicted about this map. The timings of the map still feel a little uncomfortable to me, but it could just be, you know, new map, new timings, got to learn them. You know, with each new map, you know, every map's going to have different timings, but I do like that this map does get to kind of offer that weird stylistic change-up, or that any team can really do. I mean, for the most part, every map has become kind of formulaic. I mean, you know, Dust 2, you're going to see an AWP in mid, you're probably going to see an AWP on long. You kind of know what to expect, but I do like that, as you said, you can, you know, maybe push up an AWP, get some information, fall back to site, push an AWP on the upper park area, try to get aggressive with it, find some picks, sit all the way back in upper park, you know, work in the water closet, bathroom area with, you know, not even with an AWP. It's just, there's a lot of different ways to play this map, and a lot of different ways to utilize the same guns in different locations. So at the very least, it is interesting to watch, and yeah, there's just a lot of stylistic adjustments that a team can make, and I think that's also another reason why it can be tough to get some traction as a terrorist on this map. There's just so many things that it's kind of hard to nail down exactly what the other team is going to be doing.
Yeah, but we're back into it now. Skadoodle is back into the server. We're going to be into round number 10 here. Adaptation is going to be having to eco here. Once again, dazed with the AWP in his hands, pushes towards bathroom. He might get caught here if they just go full out. Oh, the flank there from AZK. Pushes his way through the park, wraps back around to the backside of bathroom. Is able to get one, and it is going to put a big dent into Adapt this round. They're only down to 2 players. Bluminator and Mason left alive here. Bomb is down in a position heavily guarded here by the players from HJC. They have eyes on it. It's going to leave Mason trying to fight for it, using that M4 for all he can get out of it. Skadoodle's going to be peeking. They know where Bluminator is. Skadoodle takes him down. Now it's all up to Mason here. Last man left standing. He's going to be trying to work his way out of the bathrooms. He's got Swag directly in front of him, and he goes down. And that's going to be a team ace right there for HJC. Each player got themselves a frag. Mason, only one on Adapt to get a frag of his own. Score will be 8-2. Yeah,
it seems like it's, well, kind of time for the bottom half of the scoreboard for Adaptation to pick it up a little bit and start to find those frags. I mean, Counter-Strike is one of those games where, you know, sometimes some of your players are on and some of your players are not, but at the very least, if you're not going to be picking up as many frags as the top half of your teammate, the damage needs to start coming out, and Invert answering the call, not quite at the bottom of the scoreboard, but towards the middle, looking to step up as well. Catching a pick on Dazed, but on the other side of the map, a trade will go out, Skadoodle finding Bluminator, so down to a 4-on-4, as the teams are still kind of feeling each other out. No real setup from any of the teams yet. Actually, looks like HJC is mostly moved towards the B bomb site, but Skadoodle is going to be rotating back towards A to make sure AZK isn't left alone.
Yeah, we're going to be 4-on-4 now, as Latorr had said. A little bit of slow play incoming from Adapt, not really pushing too hard here. And HJC just sitting back. They traded that frag, which helps them out quite a bit. Skadoodle got it with an AWP. On the other side, Invert was able to use his AWP to take down Dazed. So they're going to try and work another AWP pick here. Skadoodle's definitely looking eyeball in that corner. Handled's going to move up. Oh, Skadoodle moved. I don't know if he saw the freeze frame of Handled, but AZK is right there. Drops a grenade down. Does pretty decent damage to Handled as he takes a lot more. Brings him down to 15. That fire outside B is going to help, and it's going to be a B attempt here. So let's follow from Swag's perspective. Actually, let's go to Hiko. Hiko goes down. Swag, last one left defending the site, and he makes the shot. Mason is already rotated. Handled is right there. Mason goes down, and Handled is taken out at the end of it by Skadoodle. So that's a 2K for Swag, a 2K for Skadoodle, and that's going to make the score 9-2 in favor of HJC.
Yeah, it seems like HJC, at the very least, even though they've been kind of antsy with their rotates and have been moving their players a little prematurely, always end up at the right spot and always have a pretty good read of where the bomb is going to end up. I mean, even at the mid-round point, I pointed out AZK was alone in the A bomb site, had no one with them. Skadoodle did eventually rotate to support him, but the fact that they had the early read on the B bomb site just shows how good they are at getting reads in general. And that flash might have blinded all 5 of the terrorists. They're going to be pushing through that smoke in the construction area, trying to find some frags, but Swag sure not going to let them do it easily.
Swag is Nice there at the corner. He's going to be spraying. He's able to get a frag before he goes down. Actually, 2. Hiko also gets 2. Handle just has to try and get this bomb planted. He's going to be the last player left alive here. Eats a grenade. Does have an M4. Can he get any frags? Not able to make it happen. And he goes down, but he does get a 2K. Swag gets 2 and Hiko gets 2. That'll make the score 10-2 in favor of HJC, but quickly I want to talk about it. You look at the economy of HJC. It's getting better now after that round, but I mean, when the score was 9-2, quite a few of their players were only up to 3,000, if that. They've been keeping the frags close enough to keep their economy slightly in check.
Yeah, the bomb plant on that round was super important once again, just to keep their economy going. I mean, at this point in the game, they're accruing, 5 losses in a row, just the most money that they can expect to be earning until they start stringing together wins. So they have to, at this point, they just have to put together rounds. At this point in the half, they started off pretty strong. Even in the beginning, they were cutting rounds pretty close, even if they weren't winning them. But at this point, they've kind of let HJC run away with it a little bit. They're going to need to regain control in these last 3 rounds if they want to make a splash in the second half, because I just don't see HJC really slipping that hard on their terrorists. I mean, it is a little bit difficult, but pistol rounds are still pretty even despite the map setup.
Commentators going to get aggressive up the A stairs. He goes down. Invert peeks out with the op. AZK is there. He's going to pull out the Tech 9 that he picked up from last round. Goes and gets handled. Takes him down. Can he get the last frag? It's going to go in favor of Dazed. And that is going to be a 3K for AZK. Skadoodle and Dazed pick up the other 2. And that was a very, very fast 13th round. 11-2 HJC.
Yeah, continuing the economy talk, a bunch of their players did have upwards of 6K, even as close to 7K as you could get without hitting it. 6.950 or 6.9 on I think one of the players. So they are going to be guns up. Still, Invert going to have that op in his hands. Actually, Invert has been pretty successful with that op in beating the HJC members. I thought it was going to be Bluminator who would be their main op, or at the very least would be making the biggest splash with the op, but it seemed like I was pretty wrong, and Drossel actually going to push up on Hiko and get the frag. It seems like Hiko saw a bit of his elbow, but I guess I was mistaken. Sometimes the X-ray plays tricks on your eyes.
Almost a very, very nice lineup frag right there for, I believe that was Drossel, worked his way out. I think it was Swag and possibly Dazed that were lined up. Swag was definitely the front player. He goes down eventually. Drossel gets him. Dazed is right there, but he gets the frag, and that victory at that B bomb site. Doesn't matter, the bomb had rotated back to the A bomb site. It gets planted. Here comes the defense attempt here. It will be 4 versus 2 in favor of Adapt, and I like that boost right there that Invert is using. I love that boost.
That's a boost that we actually, my team used a little bit in our own practice. Interestingly enough, we did the boost on this flower pot thing that's right behind them that Handled is aiming at right now. Actually, that's just a much more efficient boost than we were using before, but really yields the same effect. You get that nice height advantage. You can clear pretty much the entire site. Check out all of the spots where players might be lurking, or even if you can't always catch the people that are at backside, like deep truck or in bank, but catch a player rotating out or moving through the site, it's easy pickings with the op. So Adaptation back on the board moving into this last round. Got to imagine they really want to pick this one up. 11-4. In the grand scheme of things, wouldn't be too terrible on T side of this map, but they're going to need a really strong CT side no matter what at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Going into round 15 here, HJC has that huge advantage. They want to make this a 12-3 half. Adapt wants to make this 11-4 desperately. Dazed opens it up. Swag answers also. Now it's going to be 4 versus 3. And now it's going to be 4 versus 2 as Drossel gets 1 frag onto Swag. Quickly traded out by Hiko into the sewers. Now we have Bluminator and Handled. They have the bomb by themselves. Now it's all up to Bluminator by himself with the bomb. He has an AK in his hands. He does have head armor. He's got 1 smoke grenade and 1 Molotov. Dazed is there. Gets him through the smoke at the stairs to the A bomb site. And that will be half 12-3 in favor of HJC.
Yeah, that's a pretty convincing half as well. Not allowing Adaptation to string together rounds at any point, so didn't really let them put together an economy, except for the economy of losers' money that Adaptation was able to build. But that's not really sustainable. And if you continue to go rounds where you lose a bunch, then you win one, lose a bunch, it doesn't really last a long time. And HJC did a good job of capitalizing on those rounds. And I don't think they let Adaptation win any eco rounds, right? It seems like all of Adaptation's wins during that half were all with rifles in their hands.
They were rifle rounds, yeah.
You know, it's not good to drop
They had
any
success
rounds, really.
with ecos. I mean, they got bomb plants, but never a win off of it.
Right. And it's, you know, you never want to drop any rounds, but it's definitely way better to drop some rifle rounds to a team than it is to get eco'd. And, you know, this is a very eco-heavy Counter-Strike game, and it's recently been, the ecos have been nerfed with the death of the CZ, but still, getting a Tech 9 in your hands is still pretty dangerous. So the fact that HJC was, the fact that they were able to dodge that is was pretty solid, and they themselves are going to have a chance to make some noise with pistols in their hands as they're now on the terrorist side of this map, moving the bomb quickly towards B, while the rest of their teammates are going to be spreading out along A, trying to find some early picks.
So here we go, first round of second half. This is going to be round 16 in total here. HJC has switched to terrorist side, and they're playing this really, really slow. Bomb drop down outside of the B bomb site in the sewers. Deep, no one's really over there to defend it, really. But they're spread out really wide. Almost a player in every single lane on the map right now, trying to see if they can get an aggressive push here from one of the Adapt players. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Adapt is perfectly happy sitting back and forcing HJC to do what they have to do as terrorists, which is get to that bomb site or at least get all the frags.
Yeah, let's see if, oh, actually, I thought, oh yeah, Drossel is going to be boosting someone. That is Mason, who is going to drop down and avoid the spam for the most part. Mason, I think, took the bulk of it, but only took about 40 damage, so not terrible across the board. And with, on pistol rounds, where there isn't really a lot of armor going around, HP, not that big of a deal. The difference between 40 and 100, really not that much, especially since these players are extremely accurate and almost always hitting in the head.
Wow, this B-take attempt here, I like the Molotov. I like the smoke grenade right there. It makes a good cutoff point. HJC is going to work their way in. Daze will take down Mason. He's still going to be pushing Bluminator in front of him, and he's got Drossel right there. Takes him down. Also, now it's all up to Invert by himself. 1 versus 3, can't make it happen. He goes down. That will make the score 13-3 in favor of HJC, who gets a big pistol round win as terrorists.
Yeah, I really like the smokes that they threw in the site in tandem with the Molotovs. Zoned off the CTs pretty much perfectly. Let Daze really confidently hop out there with the clock and just sit in spots, and allowed him to just really confidently peek, knowing he wouldn't get shot at from 2 angles at a time. Let him focus on each different counter-terrorist one at a time, and you know, in those situations, the HJC players are going to make the most out of those one-on-ones. They're not going to lose the individual gun battles, and with the coordinated smokes, it allowed them to maximize just how many one-on-ones went down, and you know, the combination of Daze getting out there and fragging, I think AZK picking some up in the meantime while he was doing his thing, led to a really convincing T-pistol round at the B-bombs. I really like that, really coordinated. I think you might be muted.
Yes, I was. Dazed also getting a frag right there on top of Swag, getting one. That gives them a 2-man advantage currently. And they have a huge round advantage. They have the economy advantage into round number 2. It's going to be a 2-man stack right here. Oh, Mason goes down. Hiko is able to step back out and get both of those frags right there. That's Hiko getting himself a 2K. That leaves Handled all by himself. Bomb planted at the A bomb site. Handled is in a decent position here at the back stairs. As long as he doesn't get peeked, he hears them pushing in every direction. They're definitely trying to hunt him down. And Handled is going to step up. Dazed spots him. They know where he's at now. And Dazed wins the gun battle versus the pistol. That'll be a 2K for Hiko, a 2K for Dazed. Score will be 14-3. HJC is up.
Yeah, Adaptation also not able to pick up any frags with those pistols in their hands. So HJC is going to hold on to all of the rifles and not lose out on any money being forced to rebuy. So you got to imagine they're feeling pretty good about that. But Adaptation realizes their back is against the wall. They are going to be forcing up this round. FAMAS is across the board except for Invert, who's going to have the scout in his hands. Let's see where he brings that. He's going to be trying to pick towards the found area from Bathroom. He actually hits AZK, but he'd be smart to just run away and keep himself alive with that gun in his hands as Hiko takes down Drossel.
This could be huge right here. If Adapt is able to do something off this buy, it would help out so much. Handle does trade out Hiko finally, so it will be 4 versus 4 here, with AZK very low, down to about 28 HP. Handle spraying through that wall, getting some connections right there, taking swag all the way down to 51 HP, not knowing that he was there, just kind of spamming, and it worked out. Oh, Skadoodle trying to get a good read over there at that A bomb site, up in that boost spot, making some jumps, trying to see over the top of the wall, all the way from Park into that A bomb site, and it looks like the rotation is coming from HJC. They have worked their way through the bathrooms, now to the A stairs. Possibly a nice nade right there. Basically a touchdown, a little above invert though, so it does some good damage. Fire's going to drop down. That's going to burn him out of that box and rotate back the other direction. They're going to swing this all the way back to B later.
Yeah, I think that is a pretty good play, but they're not going to be actually handled right there to stop it almost in their tracks. They did a good job of, I think, moving towards the bomb site that didn't have as many CTs in it, but they weren't really making a lot of noise, or Skadoodle, who was left there, wasn't making a lot of noise, but didn't really sell the fake. It kind of just went quiet immediately. It seems like Adaptation is getting the read on that a little bit. It's like Mason has moved into a position where he could kind of challenge the plant a little bit, but I really thought they were actually going to rotate more players as the B engagement started going down.
Oh, Skadoodle can do this. Gets one before he gets taken down. Not able to make it happen, but they did get a bomb plant. But huge round there from Adapt. Handled especially by himself at the B bomb site. Able to get a 3K to prevent HJC from easily taking that B bomb site and getting a round win there.
Yeah, kind of surprised that they didn't have Skadoodle, who was jumping in that boost area, either continue to shoot or throw some nades just to keep the rotate there longer. It actually kind of worked out. They didn't rotate away towards the B-bomb site as quickly as I thought they would, but either way, I think there needed to be some more noise made to really sell the fake. Handle just did a good job of keeping himself in position for long enough to stop the rotate and the fake from happening. Hiko-esque with his interest in holding the B bomb site and not rotating away. Let's see if Daze can shut down Invert here with a quick AK shot, and he does.
Round 19, Daze has already got himself a frag against Invert. HJC sending Hiko by himself outside B to make a ton of noise. Look at that, 3 players over there at that B bomb site. One of them is going to rotate back to A. 2 of them are going to stay. 3 of them are going to stay actually, and Hiko takes down Handled there. That is going to help out a lot, and that's actually going to pull that number 0 man of Mason on the rotate all the way back. Skadoodle goes down as Bluminator's getting aggressive. He made a very far push right there, and it works out for him. He's able to get 2. Drossel also gets 1, and this could be another round win here for HJC, or excuse me, for Adapt. If they can keep this going, they know where swag is at. He goes down. Now it's all up to Daze by himself. Only man besides Hiko to get a frag this round. He's got to try and do this. 1 versus 3. Drossel's lit down to 26 HP. Bluminator down to 73. Mason with 87. So there's some life left here, but if Daze can get these shots off early, which he does there, takes down Bluminator. Now he's got Mason left alive. Sees Mason. He's going to throw a flashbang short. He's going to rotate, try and get the bomb. Only about 20 seconds left on the clock here. Mason steps out. Dazed almost drops him. Brings him down to 54. Daze is going to continue to push here, but he will push directly into both of those CTs. Can't make it out of that spray. He goes down to Mason. That's a 2K for Mason, a 2K for Bluminator. Daze got 2 of his own, but Adapt is bringing it back a little bit here on CT side.
Yeah, clawing their way back in the game, stringing together 2 rounds. First time stringing together rounds this game, actually. And now forcing HJC on an eco of their own. Kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine there. Kind of surprised that Bluminator was able to be so successful with that push. Definitely not a play I would consistently recommend them make against a good team like HJC. That's a push that I think is only going to work once against a team of that caliber, but with their backs against the wall, sometimes you need to make those kinds of plays, and Bluminator pushing through with the Galil in hand, finding the frags was super important for Adapt, that round. So, good job by him. They realize their backs are against the wall. They are playing like it, and I think now with the gun advantage, they might be able to find some comfort and control, and maybe move away from that kind of super puggy play. But at the end of the day, whatever's winning them rounds is really what they should keep up.
Definitely here into round 20. Slow play coming from HJC, who's actually stacked up outside that B bomb site. They have Tech 9s in their hands, except for Swag, who's actually only got a P250. No armor, no utility nades here. They made a little bit of noise there outside of B in the sewers. Drossel is going to call that. And let's see if they're going to fake this, though. It's going to be Swag rotating back in the other direction. Tech 9s have moved their way up through short into the B bomb site, but all over the top of it is going to be Mason, handled, and Drossel. 3 players there stacked at that B bomb site. It's going to leave Hiko alive with 14 HP. Dazed goes down. Only 2 left. There's Handled stepping back out and getting another frag. That's a 2K for him. And Adapt is only down by a few rounds now. Score will be 14-6 in favor of HJC.
Yeah, just like iBuyPower's round 2, or excuse me, HJC's round 2 on this half, they did a good job of keeping all their players alive. They are not going to be forcing any rebuys, so they're going to be starting to build an economy, which at this game, or at this point in the game, kind of looks like too little too late to build an economy, but as long as they can keep winning, it doesn't really matter how many players that they keep alive at this point. They're still going to be generating money, or at this point they've generated some money, enough money where they can be forced to rebuy, maybe not completely, but drop some guns for some players and still be able to make gun rounds happen, even if they do take substantial losses, as AZK is just tearing through them.
AZK's got himself a nice 3K right there. And the other 2 frags go to Skadoodle and Dazed, and just like that, HJC on a buy round turns it on, gets themselves the 15th round, so they're at match point from here on out. Adapt has to win every single round going forward to stay alive in this and force some overtime. And HJC right there, that was pretty brutal. AZK was on point that round.
Yeah, single-handedly ripping through the heads of the Adaptation players and their way through the B bomb site. And because they kept all their players alive on that one round and didn't have to do any rebuys, they're actually able to make a full gun round out of it. I couldn't shorten my sentence to get out ahead of the HJC site attempt there, but clearly I was kind of on point there. Handled with the AWP in hand. Bluminator, the only player without a super strong rifle, has the FAMAS. Actually trades it away to Invert, who is tagged up. That's a smart play, moving the stronger guns around. So Bluminator still able to make an impact on this round. Swag gets tagged down to 50 HP and eventually killed.
Yeah, Mason takes him down right there, playing the angle from that short B over towards that woodpile, actually shooting into the squeaky door to get the angle off. Dazed is now trying to play that angle also, trying to see if he can get a repeat here from Mason. Doesn't look like Mason wants to get over there and get back into that lane one more time, but will be 5 versus 4 in favor of Adapt, your CT-sided team, who really needs this. Well, they have to have this round and every round after this to stay in this game. Otherwise, they're going to take a loss here from HJC, who still working slow here. They're going to actually boost on the angle. Skadoodle's able to get a shot right there and handle. Dazed used the boost so well to take down Mason there, and that boost is so effective if there's a player continually playing those barrels at the backside of B. And here comes the B take attempt. All the players have rotated in that direction except for the number 5 man of Dazed, still playing that angle in the squeaky room, waiting. Now here he comes. Bomb goes down in the B bomb site. This could be it here. It's going to be only 3 players left alive for Adapt. It'll be 3-on-3 now. Skadoodle's there defending the site up close along with his teammate. Hiko is still up, and Skadoodle with a nice shot right there on Invert. He goes down. It will be a 2 versus 1 battle here. Drossel makes it a 1 versus 1, going after Dazed. Not much time left on the clock. He will get this defuse if Dazed is not able to get back in time. And Drossel takes him down.
He got it.
He should have it still, and he gets it. Huge 1 versus 1 there for Drossel. Actually 1v2 at the end of that to make it happen, to get himself a 3K and the op pickup to keep Adapt alive in this match.
Yeah, Dazed kind of got caught between a rock and a hard place there. Was spotted out because he was peeking aggressively in an attempt to save Hiko, but because he had to run away so far to make sure he didn't get shot in the back and have the I think it was Drossel, right? Run back to the site. He actually ran so far back that he had to run straight back to challenge in time to beat the defuse. So kind of worked himself into a bad situation, a little undazed-like, but it was really up to Drossel to make a huge play there and single-handedly keep his team in this game. Dazed redeeming himself with a quick pick on Invert, making it a quick 5-on-4 for HJC.
Yeah, and as we said, every round from here on out, Adapt has to actually win to stay alive in this. Oh, the positioning there. Oh my goodness, Skadoodle is so quick. I hope you caught that.
Unfortunately, I didn't, but it's Skadoodle. Yeah, I feel like anytime you're looking at a screen, he has a scope in his hand, he's going to be doing something pretty slick. Skadoodle's going to be boosting up again, trying to catch Mason by the green box.
I was literally about to talk about the positioning of Bluminator there and how well it was. And Skadoodle just smokes him. Oh, Drossel ends up pushing on Dazed, ends up taking him down. It will be a 2 versus 4 battle here as they work their way into that A bomb site. For some reason, I am stuck on that weird view. Here comes the rotate. It's going to be Drossel by himself. He goes down at the end to AZK. Can't bring it home. That will make that 16-7 victory for HJC. And Adapt put up 7 rounds, so closer to what you predicted. Less than what I thought Adapt was going to be able to bring to the table in that game.
Yeah, right before the game started, I did say that I thought my prediction of 16-9 was a little generous, but at the end of the day, I think Adaptation put up a really good showing. I think HJC is just a really strong, individually talented team. Drossel really impressed me with his just fragging ability. That game, Mason seemed like was all over the place catching frags, so don't really think it was a bad showing for them at all. I actually think they played a little better than the 16-7 scoreline indicated, but either way, HJC pretty convincingly taking that one and just really showing how much a talent stack roster can take them, and even throwing in the coordination in there. I feel like just by saying that, I unfairly just put it on the individual talent of the players. But no, they had their takes pretty on point. But you know, when you have a player like AZK just ripping his way through a site, you don't even need that much coordination.
Yeah, I mean, when he just busted his way in from sewers into that B bomb site, it was pretty dirty how he made all 3 of those headshots look extremely easy. And as you guys can see here from the match stats that we actually have from the end of that, HJC pretty dominant on their CT side, got the first 2, then ended up getting early bot, lost there to Adapt in round 3, then Adapt strung together 2 rounds, got 15th at that round 6, then round 7, they almost looked like they had a chance there, and then HJC once again just tore their way through there to make that 16-7 victory. And frag's really not that huge of a disparity. Your Bluminator and Invert riding the bottom a little bit there. Would have been nice to see Bluminator really turn it on and Invert work that op a little better. We saw him have quite a bit of success actually against Dazed when they were on the other side. Was able to pick Dazed quite a few times, and it looked like he was gonna maybe make a lot of noise for them. Didn't work out in their favor though, but good game either way to Adapt. HJC moving forward with another W in their pocket, and my hat is off to both teams for making that a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I still stand by the fact that I'm not a huge fan of playing Overpass. It still doesn't quite click with me, but it always makes for exciting games and really dynamic play style. I think, as you pointed out, around halftime, there's just so many different ways to play it. It's actually kind of exciting seeing some new styles, some new gameplay, some new ideas out there. So, yeah, Overpass. Still pretty cool. Much more fun to watch and play than Cobble.
Yes, much better than Cobble.
Watch than Cobble.
But as you guys can see, that is not going to be it for us tonight. We have Mayhem versus Torch coming up right now. Actually, that should be pretty close. I don't know if you have any